how you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not drank in a while either. The last time I drank was when you were on.
I can't remember when I last drunk. No, the last time I drank was the vodka.
It was snooker night, not pool night, which every night is pool night.
No, it was on the podcast when I last drank on. Was your vodka? That vodka, which is really quite nice. It was that with some lemon juice.
That's what I'm going for again. Lemon juice. That's just literally a cafetiere filled with water. It's a bit murky, but there you go, because it's got lemon juice squeezed in it. Vodka from a classical. Dan Aykroyd. How did you know? Like I'd said before, a million times. Normally I go for a nondescript mug, but it's in the sink filled with grime, so I've gone for the Manchester Beach.
The whole music genre.
The what?
The whole music genre.
Of the Manchester mug?
No, of grime.
Alright, okay, alright, yeah, I forget that's a thing, isn't it? Yeah, I know, that's because I'm old.
The musician.
The chicken in a box actor.
Chicken in a box.
You used to watch Shooting Stars with Mark Lamar, like big reasons on more.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of fluff in the bottle. It's been a while since I used it. This can be yours. I'll drink it.
Stick with this glass now.
Here's Bob.
Hello.
Hey Bob.
Thanks.
We've been speaking about having you on the show.
Yeah. Well, I've been listening to the podcast anyway, so I've enjoyed it.
Do you know what? Everyone has. Even though we've got a shitty setup.
It's not shit, it's ours.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though. Even though, like, on some the audio and the video is a bit questionable, everyone's just been enjoying it, really, haven't they?
Well, you've been welcoming people into your home, and you two just discuss stuff. It's not been. Sometimes there's no structure, and you know what?
Every time there's no structure.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
When you invite people into your home and you're just talking, and I enjoy it. It's great. Well, I don't get a lot of time off, but
no,
I fit it in.
Well, the facts on iTunes and everything else as well.
Yeah, I forget about that as well.
It is on iTunes. Yeah. For those people who respond to listen to that.
Is it iTunes and...
Plug that in.
iTunes, archive.org.
Archive.
Although, just go to iTunes, it's probably scared. It's on YouTube.
Podbean, is that a thing as well?
That costs money, so no.
Does it? Alright, okay, yeah.
I managed to work out how to get it onto iTunes. Because learning by doing.
Learn by? Like some kind of kinetic activity. Helps you get better at it.
That sort of kinetic activity.
Yeah, got it.
And going, why the fuck is this not working?
Christian, you look amazing.
Yeah.
You
Looking
can
trim.
You can see the way it has gone. Now you've had essentially you've had a makeover.
I have had a makeover, and it's all happened literally today. On Tuesday, I was looking in the mirror at work, and I just went, something is wrong. And I went, it's definitely how I look in some regards. I went, fuck it. Booked haircut at Barber's down the road, which was awesome.
Got the beard shape.
Beard's now more angular.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Not East Angular, luckily, and then I went out. I went to get some new clothes, which is partly here and involves colour.
Gonna give us a twirl or what? You won't fit in the camera.
I'm not gonna. I'll stand up and then disappear.
I mean,
you can see the most important part. There's a pair of nice jeans. Luminous t-shirt, a nice bright shirt. I've got some other bright stuff as well. A luminous hoodie over there.
You see, the thing is, right, when we spoke about it last time you were here, and I mentioned a few of those things to you, not that I'm saying I never expected it, but I never expected it. You know, I expected you might make some changes, but I figured you'd stay pretty conservative within your comfort zone. You've literally just blasted it right out. The only thing that remains is all the spangle.
But I think that's
like
still
it,
me.
mate.
I think
yeah.
You've got to accessorise.
Yeah, that's certainly accessorised.
Yeah, no, I wasn't losing that. That's still part of me and things. And it's like, I don't wear a watch. And it's like, I did my fucking homework though. I did my homework about style and little things like that.
Really?
Because I have no style. So If you don't know anything, there's YouTube, so I just went, right, 10 style tips for larger guys. Like, yeah, done. Just went there, and then little things like that.
Where did you go?
Well, online. Oh,
no,
this.
I mean, yeah.
Most of this is actually from Debenhams.
Debenhams?
Yeah.
Alright, go Debenhams. You just tell them out. I think they're going under or something.
Doesn't matter. Just went there and just went, that looks interesting. I just walked around and went, I like that colour.
Yeah, man.
Grab that. I went, right, I'm not unlikely to be a 3XL anymore, so I just went, I'll go with 2XL, try them on, see what happens. Like, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Down a whole dress size?
The whole dress size, and waist has dropped as well.
Wow. So have you got new jeans?
Yeah, these are new jeans as well.
Nice.
I've got 2 pairs of new jeans, 2 t-shirts, a shirt, 2 t-shirts actually, one from Zara as well, because I went slightly fancy.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the only black object that I got the whole day.
Yeah. Why? What's wrong with black?
Because I wear enough black as it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And although it's got a sort of, it's a shirt, like, it's almost like a polo shirt, but it's got a zip there.
Okay.
And it's got like luminous highlighter trim.
You're not selling it.
And it just grabbed my attention. I went,
yeah, man.
that.
Why not? Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, yeah, it's like black, but then it's more interesting. And it's like, with the whole thing and laser eye surgery on Tuesday, I just decided it was like, yeah, no, just new.
It's coming up.
It's on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
4 days away.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So it's all that, and it's like, yeah, I'm just going to go.
So what are you going to look like without gigs again?
Yeah, because people on the camera unless I've seen Instagram.
You're going to get a preview right now.
It's like, it's weirdly looking at you now like this. It's like, is that really you?
And it's going to be weird for me when I don't need the actual glasses, and like in the morning it's like, oh wait, no.
Yeah.
What's the recovery time on that? About 6 months? Like
No.
full recovery?
It depends. So on the day, like expecting recovery sort of 10% each go, sort of just for like a couple of hours should get about at least 60-70% recovery.
Wow.
And since I'm getting LASIK, which is basically you take the top layer off as a flap, and then they do all the laser bit to shape the cornea, and they put the flap down, and then it should heal. So I'm just going to sleep for how many hours,
Yeah.
and then there's the other one which like I'm not doing, which takes longer. So a bit of recovery time that one. There's potential for complications.
Yeah.
Like Minority Report, just don't be like an outlaw and then get shocked out of the bathtub and you have to peel your
I'm not planning a crime spree over the next 4 days. Maybe day 5.
We'll see what happens tonight when we go
At the very worst, you've used the word flap about 3 or 4 times in this conversation. I'm very happy about the word flap being used in almost any context.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want it done.
Yeah.
I'm just raring to get done.
Tell you what, when you posted that thing about losing like 57 pounds, I was so happy. I was really happy.
4.2 stone.
Yeah.
In 3 months.
Some good work.
It is, mate. It's impressive.
And this is like shown in like my hoodie, which I just noticed. It's like, why is it halfway down my thighs? And it's like,
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, no, that really shows the difference, and it's only sort of really dawned on me, and people are now making a big difference and notice about it, and it's like,
Good.
And
you know what? Sometimes so they should, like, when people set a task and a target, sometimes you're on your own and you do it on your own, and that's sometimes fine, but when people acknowledge it, and out of nowhere, you might even not know them, and they just go, right, well, I saw you 4 years ago and I see you now, the utter change. I tell you what hits me big time, I love it. I get so much buzz from it, it just makes me want to do more and more. So
I'm feeling it from the last couple of days, because at Vibe training, people noticed, I was like, when they know, we put the hoodie on, it's like, yeah, that's like down there, like, and they're just like, what? And talk about that sort of things, like, well, when you actually explain what I've actually been doing, really, well, everyone who's followed can hear roughly what I've been doing anyway, but it's like, I haven't touched the gym, I haven't been breaking myself running around. There was that one time.
You've done it before.
My main bit of cardio has been hitting people with swords. So I'm walking the dog, and doing some yoga, which has been put to wayside because I'm walking skipper, and it's just like, and food, and I'm not eating anything else. Like, I'm not just sitting there eating salads for those people who fucking eat salads. It's like, no, I'm eating food and I feel better for it. I don't feel bloated, I don't feel anything else, I feel full. I'm even fasting in between days, and it's...
You're still doing that, yeah?
Yeah, I still do it every
Brilliant.
Tuesday, Thursday. It works. There's no point changing it.
Brilliant, man.
My only change recently is, like, I don't do 2 lots of mince, I do mince and then omelette, which, if you saw my omelette going, how are you losing weight eating that omelette? It's like, it's close to 300 grams of bacon, 4 large free-range eggs, a good bunch of cheese, some black pudding.
So it's like keto diet essentially, isn't it?
It kind of is and kind of isn't. I'm not even looking at amount of carbs. Like I added black
Well,
pudding.
no. What I mean is because
It's not strictly.
because you're only choosing fatty and protein based things, your body's gone into ketosis, which means it's now used to burning fat and not carbs for fuel, which is why you're able to lose weight, and that's why a high fat diet, if you take out sugar, is a good diet allegedly.
I think that's the first time you've actually said allegedly about any sort of diet so far. Since we started originally just going, don't actually just take our word on it. Please take for like.
Yeah. It's true though, isn't it? Like I've done whatever experiments with myself, and continually evolving. And like, there's more meat in my diet now. I try and do a little bit less sugar, but I just love tea and toast, and that's where mainly my sugar and carbs comes from. But my aim is to put weight on, but I'm trying to put healthy weight on. And to give an update on my weight, I'm over 11 stone now. I know it doesn't look it round here, but I am over 11 stone, so I'm well happy with that.
So I weigh almost twice you.
It's frigging nuts, man. Hey, another thing responsible, or that you and your journey is responsible for, is this podcast as well.
Yeah.
All this wouldn't happen if you wouldn't have been doing that, and you hadn't got on your frigging crusade.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there was a crusade on that week where I just went, I'm filming something, you wanted to do something, Tommy, are you doing it? And then, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
And it was the best thing that, now I enjoy it. And
another thing I noticed is you did was it 25,000 steps?
Yeah, that's
how
happened
that
by
on
accident.
your Facebook. Happened by accident.
Yeah, because I'm not wearing it now, but I've got a Chinese version of Fitbit, because why do you need really expensive ones? It's 30 quid. It does heart rate. You can put it so it records exercise on there. But I just look at its steps, and like I aim for about between 10 and 15,000 steps in a normal day. But that day it's a busy day, so I was walking around a lot and then walking skipper, and because it's about 3,000 steps to 3,000 steps from. And then I get about 6,000 steps during the day, about 4,000 steps during the day. And then it was recording during walking skipper, and then also it was recording when I was doing the bike, so it did go up to about 25k.
Wow, nice one. What about you, Bob? Have you got any physical tasks going on in your life?
Your whole job.
I know, but you might have your own personal goals, personal targets, and stuff like that. And
Tell you what, so I want to get into the Navy boxing team.
Alright.
And the big thing for me is I've been at the same weight for quite some time. I fluctuate a little bit, but it's at a healthy weight that I enjoy. I can operate well doing at the weight I'm at.
Yeah.
I can carry what I need to carry. I can do the 3 fundamentals of what I think is being functional, which is saving other people's lives or saving my life or fighting.
Yeah.
3 fundamentals. And I heard someone else, Pat McMahon was on Joe Rogan talking about that, functional fitness.
Okay.
He's a bit of a monster actually.
Yeah. I've not watched that one yet.
He doesn't bother with gyms, he just bothers with cinder blocks and tyres and sledgehammers. But he points out as well, he's like, well, I want to do those 2 and then I want to kick someone's ass. Those 3 kind of things. Yeah. And to be honest, that kind of sums up at a very, very basic level what I have to do. I have to plan stuff to make sure people are safe, and then I have to plan to make sure I'm safe, and I have to plan in case they can kick people's ass.
I like that, because essentially what you said there, you said you need the skills and the strength to manage your environment and to manage your opponents.
Yes.
That's essentially what you've just said.
But it's play your game first, then their game.
Yeah. I like that.
Know my role, enhance my role, make sure everyone else that's beneath me knows my role in my team. I can teach my role to them, and then I need to know my 1-up and 2-ups role, and then I need to be ready in case any shit goes wrong.
Having said all that, me and Christian were talking last week about what you actually do, what your rank is, who you are, and all that business. And I figured it would be wise for you to tell us. To tell those
so
guys.
I transferred to the blue side of the Navy in 2015. So I went officer. I was in the ranks.
So blue means officers, essentially.
No. You got greens, Marines, right?
Okay.
Green and blue. So So
I don't know.
I was in the ranks, and now I'm a lieutenant in the Navy.
Okay.
So very junior officer, in my opinion, and it's right. I'm a junior officer. I'm very young into my career.
Yeah.
Glad your opinion matches the Navy's.
Yeah. So, although I do try and overstep that boundary sometimes.
One of the big things I was thinking about with having you on, there was two things.
Yeah.
Right. One is asking you questions that might affect your career.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do that. So you tell us to rack off anytime you feel.
We can edit that shit out, can't we?
well, yeah, we hope so. But I mean, I just wouldn't want to put you in that position where you have to do that, or we have to do that. And the second one is I know there's questions that piss you off that people always ask you.
Okay.
You know, but at the same time they are also interested.
Yeah.
You know, so but I don't know how confidential those things are.
Yeah.
But you're on the show because I think you're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, right? I mean, this is the mushy bit.
Yeah.
It is the mushy bit. Cause
You can start with the mushy bit first. I'll go with my mushy bit. And then...
How old are you?
28.
And I've known you since you were 6.
Yeah. 6, 7.
Right. And again, I've told over drunk stories many times. I've told you that you're massively important because I've seen you grow up from a boy to a teenager to this man, and you've put yourself through your own choice. No, not what I'd say hell, because you've loved every minute of it, really, haven't you?
Yeah. Even the bad times. I learn. If I'm not learning something, what am I doing?
What was one of the bad times?
To get into the forces, I think any of the 3 branches, because Marines is part of the Navy, you have to do PRMC or PRNC, so pre-Royal Marine course or pre-Royal Navy course. It's like a 4-day. But originally I went for mine clearance diver, and I got a setback where I couldn't differentiate red and green.
Okay, yeah. Colourblind.
Well, it was only from a distance,
okay.
A certain distance. So I was fine up until a certain distance, but I had to recognise it from a certain distance away, and I couldn't. I didn't know what was going on. It turns out I can do it now. I'm fine, but
that's one somehow. It's just this guy. What?
At that point of my life, I was like, nah, okay. So I was like, right, you've got to choose a different profession. But the way recruitment went back then was back when we still had that big place in Peter Street, in the centre of town.
Yeah.
I know it's moved since.
It's where Brewdog is now.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a nice pub, don't get me wrong. So back then I took a recruitment test. I said what qualifications I got. You took a recruitment test. You got a certain score out of 120, and then they said, right, here's your choices. They gave me a list of 54. I'm like, alright, what the fuck is going on now? I've got to choose. I've got to go down all these things. I narrowed it down and I chose one. But then, no matter what happened during that time, I knew I could be an officer. I didn't have to have a degree, although I do, but that's nothing to do with it. All you need to do is A-levels at this point. For the type of officer I wanted to be. And I knew I could do it. And when I got offered the place, I snatched the life out of it. And I snapped my quadricep, which put me out of the game for about 7 months. And I had to go through rehab.
Which bit your quad? Because that's not no small deal.
No,
is it?
It was horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
How old were you as well?
21.
21. Snapped quadricep.
So maybe if you're looking at it where your pelvis is, maybe about 6 inches down, there was a tear there, and that went ping. So about a good 2-inch tear. Was just gone. I had to repair that, and that took 7 months. So then it was back to square one again, where you've not really got a job to go to, so all you've got to do is train for this one thing. And it's almost a gamble. If you don't pass selection for officer, you're done.
Bet yourself.
Done. Yeah. So take the rehab they give you, go through the training, and then just have the confidence to say, I'm doing this. And at that time, I didn't have my wife, who I do now, who's a fucking strong old mom.
Yes.
She's harder than me.
Yes.
But I didn't have her. I couldn't rely on my parents, who were either out of the country or didn't agree on certain things with each other. they'd always agree on what I wanted as a dream. I mean, I wanted to join the military since I was a little kid. So nothing was going to stop me at this point. And I'd been through relationships where partners didn't want me to join. And being young and naive and pretty stupid, because don't get me wrong, as a teenager I was a bastard.
I thought you were mainly.
No, well, to a degree, but I tell you what, whether it was just things playing in my head or whatever, I went a bit downhill in college.
Okay.
I ended up fighting a lot, stuff like that. But I didn't have Nick at that time when I got injured, so I just thought, you know what? There's only one person. You put on your big fucking boy pants right on now, and just get on with it. And so after rehab, it was back to Manchester for a bit before I went as an officer, and I passed everything. And I went to the gym every day, 6 days a week, one rest day, 10:30 in the morning till 11:30. Cyclic menu, structured in a regime, no dessert for a year, which was seems painful now.
You did all that on your own steam, in your own time, in your own place.
Yeah, just get it done.
Yeah.
I had an objective, and that was my goal. And there's only one person that's going to help me in that situation, and that's me. So it was definitely just put your shorts on, put your trainers on, get into town, get done, get swimming, which was a big help. A lot of hydrotherapy,
Probably very
a lot of
helpful
big swimming, and then it was right. Can I start lifting weights? Can I build my strength up? A lot of CrossFit, which helped a lot as well. So it used to be swim as a warm up, CrossFit. Next day, swim as a warm up, CrossFit. Next day, same again. And to some people it's boring, but if you've got a goal, you cannot let up. You've got to keep the momentum going, because as soon as you let the momentum drop, if you've not got the self belief to achieve your goal, you're just in the drink straight away.
I've been there,
it's not going to work. And I thought I was going in that direction, but I was like, no, stop right there. Let's get it done. So now I've been in 6 years now, and all the better for it. All the better for it. And I've been to shitholes, and I've done some good stuff, and I've done some good training, and been through all that. And next to the best job I've ever had.
So that's the thing, you know. So what you've just said there, you know, you've had family adversity, you've had visual adversity, you've had a physical injury, quite a nasty one, you know. And then lastly, you've had isolation to deal with, because that's essentially what you even put yourself in. You put yourself in isolation, and then you chose to just nail it.
Yeah.
Just nail it.
For quite some time, I would do the standard, and it almost is sometimes a standard man thing, which is not accept any help. That cancel that shit out right now. And if anyone is listening or has listened in previous times, you should never be alone when you're doing stuff. It just so happens that I was. When I say never, obviously it does happen, but at that point, you've got to reach out to people. You've got to have friends in certain places, and it just so happens that as soon as I passed all my tests and I was ready to go back in as officer, I had people there that could say, well, you already know how to do this. And then I met Nick, and we've been together 7 years now. So it shows, right? But if people are out there and they've got people that they can reach out to, even if it's only a hello, they should totally do that. And you should totally do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever your small goal is, I don't care if it's 5 press-ups. I do not care.
You know what? Yeah.
Also pay attention to your people around you and listen out for when they're asking for help. And they might not say that they want help. Particularly, like I said, we keep every time that men are pretty rubbish at asking for that help, and that pride gets in the way. And like one of the times that I had, and a friend of mine, Lee, he keeps on bringing it up whenever he's in that sort of mindset, and there was a point where he said, it was just on Facebook, where he literally just said, I need to go out and get a drink, is anyone about? And I went, that's unusual. Jump on that. It's like,
even a little hint, and it really is that little hint at work, right? Even in a work like my work, where everyone should be trained to our standard, you do not drop below our standard. You can see the people that don't ask for help, they take extra responsibility and they get swamped by it, and then they won't reach out. They're the people that you cannot rely on anymore. And it happens in any workplace, but especially when I think about my workplace, you're going to put someone in jeopardy, and it's going to really backfire on you.
That's interesting, that, because you do see that in a lot of workplaces. People take on extra responsibility, thinking they're going to get experience or promotion out of it, or good vibes, or whatever ego-based things they might.
Yeah.
They might be ignorant to, you know. Well, I mean, to be honest, the reason I said it is because I've literally watched and listened to stories like that in my current job, and almost become prey to that myself, and I just decided to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Quite happily so, and to hear that that sentiment echoed, and the practical application behind it explained, because I didn't think of it that way. I just thought to myself, gut says no, but that's not the same as actually understanding why. And yeah, it's easy to sell yourself out and sell your team out, and when I think about it, that's what would have happened to me, and that's what happens.
It's
to
easy to
other
take on
people.
too much.
Yeah.
So,
Thinking you can have it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, then you need to do that.
And why not? And why not delegate? It's a fundamental tool. If you are a leader and you don't know how to delegate, you are instantly going to fail. And that's a primary tool you should have.
And you should always train the person below you to take your job.
Yeah. If they don't know if my people that are one down below me don't know my job, I'm doing something wrong. If I don't know what one up's doing, even if they're in a different branch to me, I'm doing something wrong. I should know what every one up of mine is doing, and I should know what my CO, my 2 up, is doing, and what her intent is. All she cares about is the operational output.
Yeah.
If I don't know that, if I don't know the why, I'm in the wrong job.
Yeah.
I always got told when I transferred to officer, you have to do phase 1 basic training, right?
Yeah.
So you go to Dartmouth, pretend you're on their college.
Yes.
Anyone can Google or YouTube this shit. You do your 30 weeks training. That's your phase 1. They don't teach you anything about your specialisation. You then do a phase 2 training, which for me was 9 months. Yeah. It's now longer, but that's because we're getting people in fresh off the shoot.
Yeah.
I'd already done time in the Navy beforehand.
Yeah.
So which is 9 months to teach me about my specialisation. And my specialisation, I have to know it interjects into everything. Forget about all my secondary roles, forget about any whatever.
Yeah.
So if I don't know my 2 up once, I'm in the wrong trouble. And that's where people fall over. They don't delegate, they don't train properly, they don't look after their people properly. And that's across any business. You'll find people unhappy. If people aren't moaning, they're not British, right?
Yeah.
I mean, God.
Yeah.
People moan when they're stood in an orderly queue, an organised queue. So anyone on a normal day will complain about work. But the people that can't delegate, they take on too much responsibility, and won't ask for help, they're just done. They're going to drown.
And also, God forbid something happens to any person in that chain of command. If they do everything in that part and something happens to them, or they're just out of the communication loop because of technical failures and anything else, and no one else knows what they're doing or what should be happening, well, guess what? Everyone dies.
Yeah.
So in that
In a very worst case scenario,
Do you know, and you've been in situations like that, haven't you? Like literally, people die.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if you want to share a story or whether you're allowed, but you know, I've heard some of these stories, and obviously they fascinate me, but it's terrifying to think about the things that I've been confronted, you know, by you, and here you are. Because I you know, I've said a billion times to you that when you finally got accepted in the army, the Navy, sorry, you're going to be a Royal Marine. You're going on to a submarine. That to me was enough to scare the shit out of me. I'm not even lying.
Submarines.
That was a weird month. That was for food.
but how long on a submarine though? Like, I can't imagine being stuck.
I was only there for a month.
But you were underwater for a month.
Close. Well, it was more like 3 weeks, but yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah. Give me a day.
That's an extended amount of time of living in a tube.
I mean, last time you experienced something, I was being a seaman. Yeah. that's not even a...
And arguably that wasn't for 3 months.
I know. But yeah, like I can't imagine.
That's more like a
3 weeks, you know, and you'd be doing more than exercises, I assume.
Yeah.
So like, there's live actions are happening.
Or at least planning for something that might happen, that might get turned off.
Yeah, you just like, yeah, let's do this. When you're
Came
in.
out of a steel tube once about 100 metres and just came to the surface.
No.
That was weird.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd only learned to dive like 6 months before Tommie to dive.
You see.
Oh look, I'm a human torpedo.
It's weird. Like so, before I joined, and this goes to anyone actually. I've had friends that have wanted to join. If you aren't 100%, you have no business joining.
Yeah.
And the questions you ask, they start simple, and then they go deeper and deeper and deeper until you reach a natural pause, and then you reach your next set of questions, and then you just go deeper and deeper. So they'll start like, am I physically fit to do this job?
Yeah.
Yes, I've prepared. I am ready to. No one goes 30-week ready or 32-week ready. So if you're going to Livingston 32 weeks, right, or for a Marine officer 60 weeks, or for a Navy officer 30 weeks, or for an able rate at rally 10 weeks, you never start at that. Everyone starts at, I am ready for week 1. I am ready to get thrashed week 1. That's my first question. I am physically fit. Am I mentally ready? And then you start going deeper. So can I take orders? Will I shut up and just get on with what I'm doing? If someone flips my bed with all my kit on that I've just spent 3 hours ironing and pristinely laying out, am I going to lose my shit and just blow a lid? And then quit for no reason, over nothing?
Or worse.
Yeah or no? No, I'm
yeah.
not. We're just going to do it again and carry on because my goal is to join up. Am I going to do this? Am I going to do as I'm told? And then you go, right, then we're going to go proper deep. Right, okay, so I understand that my orders might get someone killed. I understand that my orders might get someone killed as a civilian. My orders might get someone killed that's part of my team. I might die. And then you go, alright, let's go one step further. I've got someone in my sights that's shooting at my people. Am I going to kill them? What if that person's wife picks up that gun and starts shooting? Am I going to shoot that wife? What if their child picks up that gun? Am I going to shoot my child? And you've got to tick every box. Because if you're 99.9% certain, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
I'll kill you.
Because in that 0.1%, someone else is going to die instead.
It's no good. It's no good. If you're gonna have a 2.5 seconds. Oh no. All right, someone's dead.
Yeah.
2.5 seconds gone. All right. Very worst case scenario. Yeah. Since we pulled out of Bastion and Afghan or whatever, we're not really doing more overt stuff. A lot of it is just we're here, there, and everywhere. But if you imagine that 1 split second, that 2.5 seconds where I've forgotten how to do something. Why? Because I wasn't paying attention during training. Because my mindset, my top question here, am I mentally prepared? Wasn't a full yes. So because it wasn't a full yes, I forgot when they did that reload drill, and a year later when I have to redo it, or 6 months when I have to redo this drill, I just didn't pay attention because my mindset wasn't in it. You're in the wrong game. Get out. Because every job is pretty much just a game, right? You remember that 1980s board game of life, right?
Yeah.
Just sum it up. Just sum it up as that. You are just a character in a 68 million population country, right? Whatever it is. Just trying to do their best, trying to look out for your family. Me, I've got a wife, a son, and a big dog.
He's a big dog.
I live in a married quarter. I'm based where I am. The system, the MOD and the Navy, they actually look after me quite well. I provide for them. I make sure. I love my job, and despite all the freaking morons that are being blasted on the news, I love my country.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And I love my friends and I love my people that I interact with.
Yeah,
like you guys every time I come up north.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
But honestly, it gives me such good energy. Love it. Absolutely love it. Every time I go to work, happy. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Not everyone can say that for sure.
Without doubt. Yeah. They look after you. Yeah, it is what it is, right?
So, where have you been? Ever? Can you say?
Ever?
Like, yeah, just like, because you've
been
travelled,
underwater.
haven't you? Yeah, I know,
Been
yeah.
underwater.
Well, you
So
might
you
not
can't
even,
say where that's gone.
in fact, well, that's the thing, you might not even know where you've been when you've been on the submarine.
No.
You're not privy to that information at all.
Just know what happens.
Wow.
Oh, well, apart from whatever you could look at.
Yeah.
Water. sky.
Well, I don't know. I think one of the best experiences I had was 2016. I was in Somalia.
Yeah.
And I was actually with the French. There was a few British there, but the majority of the people in the operating base were French. And that was a very eye-opening experience because the French, everyone is very stereotypical about World War II, but they are very, very professional and they take no bullshit at all. They're very ruthless, especially like post-Paris. I mean, I left Paris the day before that attack happened. When I was on my first exchange with them. And yeah, they are very, very efficient, but very ruthless. They don't ask too many questions, especially when it comes to combating either incursions or they were operating towards Mali and the Congo, Boko Haram, but out towards Somalia it's more to do with counter arms trafficking, human trafficking, piracy, narcotics. They are ruthless, absolutely ruthless.
See, there's some of the most interesting stories you told me about the pirates and about what you've done.
Especially a little bit away from the coast, because where we were operating from was close to Mogadishu, but out towards the coast, like within the 12-mile zone, people get a bit more touchy, and you've got to react a bit better. And the way I reacted with them was very, very good. And even when our ships pass through, and you see all those drug busts on Facebook and stuff, they're doing a great job. And it's a very good eye opener working with foreign forces, especially like other NATO countries that on the surface don't want to play with each other. Whenever you see NATO like at summits or UN Security Council, a lot of details and a lot of bullshit. Actual NATO forces on the ground together are very, very proactive. So it was a very good pleasure working with them.
Because that's not the only time you've worked with the French.
No.
A training exercise. You had an opportunity for a holiday. You had a choice of sailing or...
That was during basic training, yeah. So that was during phase 1 training. They offered me a week and a half of sailing, and I thought to myself, I don't really like sailing. It's a bit boring.
In the Navy.
And then we have divisional officers who are throughout. It's like a welfare system, so they don't bother about the professional. They care about you as a person. And he came up to me and said, the French liaison officer wants to offer you a week and a half in France. And I went, yeah, great. So it actually turned out that it wasn't just a liaison visit. It was their training's longer for French officers. It's 2 years, and they don't specialise until afterwards. So they get offered all this stuff. They do. Their Navy officers do training that I wish British Navy officers had. They do like section troop level attacks, which is something you learn through Marines and stuff. But it was a week and a half, but the actual exercise was a week, and they get put through the initial week of SF operator program. Their SF operator
What's
program?
SF?
Special Forces. So, which is their initial package is 3 months, and it was the first week, and I was like, I didn't know I was signing up for this.
Sailing us French Special Forces training.
I was gonna like
learn some visit.
Où est le boeuf? Want a steak or something? I don't know. But yeah, day one in that was great. Yeah, in Brest and Ecole Val, it's called their Navy College. And then day 2 in Lorient, which is they train they're called Fusilier Marines, which are almost like our Royal Marines. And then they've got they're called Commando Marines. They're SF Green Berets, which I would say are as equal as Royal Marines, but they also train in a lot of stuff that like you would Google our SBS on and stuff like that. I tell you what, it was just unbelievably savage. It got to the point where we were carrying nowhere near as nowhere near as much as you would see like British Special Forces, but we were still carrying maybe like 40 kilos plus a weapon, and then you were doing just force marching you for mile after mile after mile, and then all of a sudden, just get these dry suits on and you'd be in pairs canoeing for 4 hours down an estuary, and then at night time you'd be doing night speed marching with 30 kilos. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then it culminated with an interrogation phase, which was 40 hours. And I just thought to myself, what am I doing? I'm like, I should be in a pub in Lubar in Cornwall on a lash, and then going on a sailing boat and throwing up over the side.
How many of your team went with you?
There was two of us.
Was there a point where you're just there together, just going, why?
Well, and day two, we got separated into different teams. So it was doing teams of 10, and there was a South Korean exchange guy who, by day 4, was passing out. But you know what? I tell you what, he chirped up a bit. I stole a bit of bread from the galley, and I got done for it later. I got punched in the stomach for doing it. I felt sorry for the French guys. They were getting proper scene too in the face and stuff, but they just give you a good whack in the stomach, the French vibe. But I stole a bit of bread. I gave it to him. I was very, very grateful because they were limiting your food as well. So I think the first day they gave you this massive tin of ravioli, right? He goes, "Do you like French food?" I said, "Yeah, it's alright." Give us this tin of French food. I'm not good in the water. I can swim well with a dry suit or wetsuit and fins. But actually in the water, I tend to use a lot more energy than I should. And they were getting us into suits anyway. But he gave me this tin, and one of the French guys went, "It's okay, I'll carry it." I was like, "God send you, mate." Because they made us link arms, right? All 10 of us, link arms, with your fins on, jumping at the same time. You've got to carry on linking arms, and you've got to swim, all 10 of you linked together. And
so you don't have your arms?
No, all with your feet. So they put people like me in the middle, that are mediocre swimmers, and they put your good ones on the outside that can steer, all 10 of you. So there's me, 8 French guys, and a South Korean, and by day 5, just getting absolutely fragged. And then, but they just interject every now and then. They constantly keep you wet as well. So in Britain we do a thing called wet and dry, where you're meant to work in your wet clothes to dry them off during the daytime, and our uniform is very layered to that in Turkey. So it's like loads of thin layers which can dry off quick. So when it was like 25 degrees, you put one layer on, dry it off, take it off, shove it in your burger, you put another layer on that was wet if it weren't wet. So you dry really quick, but the French didn't do that, they just did wet and wet.
So how far up this river did you have to swim?
You must take about an hour.
So an hour's worth. Oh,
and we didn't even get that far. And then at the end of that, we reached these dinghies, and you got to climb onto these dinghies, but you got to hold on to the side, and they drag you to this little mud flat, and you had to take your fins off and do this little 100-metre mud run, which was ridiculous. You had to climb up this shitty little ladder, and then take all your kit off and get changed, and then did a march for 2.5 hours. And then it was like, right, okay, now we. But they briefed everything in French, and my French is gash. I can say I don't speak French in French. So I'm like, alright, okay. I'm ready for this.
And then we asked the question, Sava.
It was great when he came to the interrogation bit, because only one guy that spoke English. Champion, I just want to speak to him.
Now, when you say interrogation, was that a physical? Like physically?
Yeah, full on. It was get naked, get a bag on your head, put a plastic sheet on, and then it was a bit of
freezing water and stuff.
In it, I suppose. After the first thing, they probably shit me up. They made me walk with a bag on my head. I walk into a mattress, so you're falling over, and they just let you go. I was like, oh, you. But then, shit. Oh man, I proper shit you. And then they put you in stretch positions, and then banging music and white noise and stuff like that, and then he's a bastard as well. And then every time he comes on the radio, and then they come in and ask you about. So there was an actual scenario that went with the week-long first phase. Like you were meant to be liaising with French partisans to help you with something, but I only got a little bit of information from what I could hear translate, and the guys on mine, like one guy who would probably just translate for me the whole time he did. And you want me getting a thrashing, I just go, what's he saying? he's like, get on your face. I'm like, alright, okay. No, again. But,
so then
and then a bit of punching in the stomach, and just like, right. In fact, they put your face in a little puddle, a little real shallow puddle, and jank you up and punch you, and stop you and breathe, like all that disorientation, and just start wearing you in, start really go to the basic level of what's going to break this person.
So you're being tortured, is what you're saying. There's no It's not interrogation, that is it?
What's to see if you can break or not?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. So, for example, in the Geneva Convention, you're not meant to you're not meant to put people, bags over people's heads.
Yeah.
You're meant to give them so much liquid and so much food every certain hours.
But not everyone uses
Just
the
cancel
Geneva Convention.
No, well, you know what? If, as bad as it sounds, if you want to get a job done and something's going to threaten so many lives, I'm going to break it. I don't know if that's going to get into trouble, but you know what? Get the job done, in my opinion. And too many times we're sat on the sidelines. I mean, hell, people sat on the sidelines is why you get armchair people on social media. I do not agree with this, I do not agree with that. Great. Don't try to say your opinion. Great. Don't force it on everyone. That Banksy picture that came out the other day with all the parliamentarians looking like chimps in the House of Commons. That's what I think. They don't know how to do the job. Defence Secretary, never been in the forces.
I think that's wrong as well.
Doesn't know what he's doing. You take Canada, for example, their health secretary is a cardio surgeon.
Yeah, everyone should have done their job.
Their former financial minister now runs the Bank of England.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might say that's wrong and he keeps austerity, but it keeps you afloat.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what?
head of education should be the teacher.
It's not him that's wrong. It's the other people in the front benches of Parliament that are wrong. In my opinion, after all this farce that's going online and on the news, they shouldn't be allowed in their position anymore.
Do you ever get the feeling that they're deliberately wrong, not just incompetently wrong?
It's ignorance. It's ignorance and arrogance. They always talk over each other, arrogance. They won't listen, ignorance. They put their views across, arrogance. They won't listen to any other people's opinion, ignorance. The two are such a dangerous combination. And again, I see it in my job, people being arrogant and ignorant. You just say, stop me there, mate. You're wrong. Either get out of my office and turn it around and come back in, or I'm just going to tell you to fuck off. And that's what we don't have enough of. We don't have. All we've got in certain situations is too many people that care about how the public view them. Honestly, I don't care. I do my job, I go home, I have dinner, I have a good time. If I'm deployed, I do my job, I try and sleep.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So on the subject of sleep, how much sleep did you get when you were with the French?
Maybe 2 hours a night.
Man, for a week and a half, well, a week.
Yeah.
Man, I can't imagine just a week of that. A week of torture. Whether it be
the last 2 days was all.
Well, I mean, but the physical activities, that to me is torture. You know,
it's taxing. It's taxing.
Yeah,
but all that comes down to your fundamental questions. Can I hack it?
Yeah.
And that's a very stereotypical thing to say.
I think it'd be a great way for you to lose weight.
Yeah.
Maybe not healthily.
Can I go with X amount of sleep? But they'll train you to do that.
Yeah.
You can't just go in expecting that. I mean, I think the longest I've been awake on a ship was about 70 hours with no sleep. And you know what? That starts to play on your mind. It starts to tax your role. But that just was what it was, and you've got to do it. But the training helps you to do that.
Yeah.
And your questions develop as you develop through training. You start to say, right, I've done this now. So, for example, in phase 1 training, you go through a militarization and then a marinization, maybe, and then a final bit. So, after 10 weeks of militarization, you do an exercise on Dartmoor war for a week. It's like, am I ready for this? Can I go with X amount of sleep? Yeah. Because my head is switched on, and I'm not a tube. Yeah. And I know I can do it. So when they wake you up at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, when they do all this, when the French did it later on, when I went there for a week, or when I went to Somalia, and you get woken up by mortar fire, whatever happens, you just think, yeah, I've had a bit of sleep, right, switch on now, you know your training, get the job done. And it can relate to some things back in the civilian world, but it's not such a bad thing. It shouldn't relate to everything in the civilian world. When I come back, everything's not. It's just this. Just because I talk in 24-hour clock doesn't mean I'm always thinking military mind.
No,
it's just how you talk now.
Well, the thing is, you know, that's one of the things I love about you, because to me, you know, you still Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that. So I'm going to a Warhammer tournament this weekend. I will be the same happy, jovial guy that I always am.
Yeah.
If I get too hot, I'm going to take my goddamn top off and carry on playing, and I'm going to have a great time. It's a great community. It's one of the reasons why I didn't turn out into a total shitbag. Sports and Warhammer.
Well, that's how I met you.
Yeah. We met when we were 18.
Yeah, when I was 18, and through you is the reason why, and this is the soppy bit, is the reason why I love Manchester so much, because literally on my first day or two in Manchester from university, I went to GW, just first time to get there, second time I went GW, Bob and Liam, and it was a Monday night, because I remember that one, I was like, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
I was like, you
Got the Ritz?
Yeah. And the question was, oh, you will meet at Great GC, and I just go, where the fuck's that? It's like, oh no, it's just here next to Oxford Station. Oh, okay, we'll be there. So, and then from there went Ritz, and then after literally finished that, Jay had a good time. Yeah, it's like, and then it was like, what are you doing Friday? Yeah, go on.
A bit more guild. Ackroyd.
I'll have some Ackroyd as well.
You're going for Ackroyd? I thought
Yes.
I literally.
I'm not.
Like, spill it, man. If you we
I'm
were
not
waste
drinking
that
last
tonight,
night,
I
but
will waste it tonight. Honestly, I've got
just-
a bottle of whiskey.
Just have a little
up
bit,
there.
eh? We'll just have a little bit. You're just ticking over for tonight's festivities.
Not that I'm drinking after this, but I'm drinking wine here.
Yeah. But you know what? Yeah, and it was amazing. Whether
Yeah.
they went to the student union or to the GC and they went to the Ritz, and that was pretty much every.
But then
day.
from there as well, you're the catalyst that then meant I met so many other people from there. For example, the late Chris Wood.
Yeah.
Who got me so many other jobs and stuff as well, made
love Chris.
roadie and everything else. Sadly, he died in a motorcycle accident last year, and a lot of us.
Chris, there we go, mother fudger.
To everyone that made us who we are,
Yeah, man. Twatterfest.
because he.
Did you go to that
Yeah.
last
definitely.
September? Because I was going to come and then I
I actually
some
left me hoodie there.
Tin Pot Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Footprints in the custard were amazing.
Yeah.
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 Good
it was
times.
very
But
Anyway, carry on.
But it's
Go
like
on,
from there in the situation, like you're like there's points in life where you can point to certain people and certain things, like events that happen. It's like it's that first week in Freshers Week, apart from absolutely everything else. From there is the reason why I fell in love with Manchester. It's the reason why I know so many people, and from there, even like not directly, there's a lot of parts that you took part in as well. But from there, of course, the effect of Chris, the people I know. The fact that now I'm like out of GC and know bloody everybody and all that sort of situation, and it just comes from there that they all was part of the process of developing it. So I keep on saying that I owe you for that one because you made Manchester my home from that one point, and because of GW, which was quite funny, which was the time when you were there as well.
Yeah, Games Workshop Manchester's got a lot to answer for, hasn't it, really, when it comes to our lives, you know?
A lot for communities and friendships, and I tell you what,
And math skills.
the game, through the roof.
Yeah.
Through the roof. I mean, like the gaming clubs you join or the tournaments you go to in Nottingham. I used to start going to Warhammer World for GTs when I was like 15, and the big community that developed. And from there, I mean, hell, Neil Kerr, yeah. So he lives in Gothenburg now. Me and him are flying out from London to a tournament in America in 2 weeks' time.
Really?
He
Where
was-
at?
New Jersey.
Okay, wow.
It's like 26
That's
teams
felt
of 5. So it's me, him, and 3 Americans. And instantly, they were just like, "Oh yeah, I remember you from 2012 in Serbia,
Yeah,
or
everyone
Poland,
knows,
or
yeah.
2014 in Serbia, or wherever." Last year when I went to Zagreb in Croatia, I was like,
It's interesting.
That's because everyone hears you and sees you.
It's interesting. Whether it be war as a hobby or war as a profession, you're getting around and you're getting known, man.
I think
I love it. I love the community.
Yeah, man.
My community makes it special. You got a lot of people there, but even if you haven't seen them in years after year after year, when you see them again, instantly, we're having a good time. We are having a good time. And if anyone's getting in the way of that, they best stand the hell by.
I have to say, I think my funniest part, and there's lots of these different stories, is whenever I watch you play and you're playing against like the top rated person who's got like the most ridiculous army that's set up exactly as it needs to be, and it's all just framed exactly. It's the biggest army can do, and no matter whatever happens, the dice just go. And just watching their face and their life just come before their eyes. It's going, Oh, you need a 6 to do this on 6d6.
Yes.
You see, that's the thing, right?
And it's just like watching someone's face and just like, ah!
Anybody that doesn't believe in like certain types of mumbo jumbo, being positive makes you lucky. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Because I have witnessed it again and again and again, and like we said in the last podcast, like I've done it, you're doing it. The more positive me and you become, the more the more positive we become, the more good things come at us.
Well, even you just turn
Bob
things
is a
positive.
prime example. Or you physically do it, but also luck goes your way. Other people choose to go your way. You know, when you think about everything Bob's put himself through, I mean, like, and check him out. So, like, you know, we do this not just to document our journey, but hopefully to inspire people. You know, so just to recap, he's gone through a vision-based disability. All right, it's a minor one, but you know, snapping your quad, and then still deciding to go
over 7 months as well.
Over 7 months, and then essentially, without knowing it, choosing torture for a week and a half solid.
The fact that you chose it,
you know, and all
in a language you didn't
all the
understand.
things is, so even when Bob's leg was healed, he still chose to put himself through a physical and culinary regime, you know, and he chose to forge himself, you know, forged in the fires of his own will. Well, that's Mr. Hanman from Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon. You know, you're all here for one reason. You were forged in the fires of your own will, and they're all about to basically have a death match on some
island.
On some island, Fortress Island somewhere, yeah. But the point is chose to do it positively, so it wasn't torture, it wasn't a hassle, it was his passion, it was his fun, and every single one of us is capable of that.
Yeah.
You know, and I like apply that to me, and I feel inferior now. So, I do, and I think about all the times where actually in the morning I could have got up. I think about that, you know, I could have made all them decisions, you know, and they are literally just like mental habits, you know, and this is what I'm big on, I'm working on at the moment, and you know, to have people like Bob around and talking to folk like you guys out there, it motivates me to make them better decisions. Talk about you behind that.
Motivation.
It's all about motivation.
Well, yeah, it is, isn't it? Or what is your reason? I mean, in fact, it's a Jordan Peterson thing, isn't it? You know, your motivation not only comes from a snapping monster behind you, but also the prize and goodies in front of you.
It's also Frankl, Viktor Frankl, basically saying if you have a why, you can deal with any how.
Yeah, man, you had your why, didn't you?
Yeah.
In fact, why? Why the army? What was your fascination? Obviously, I know the answer. I'm only asking you because, you know, the folk at home.
Well, when I was young, I was too young. It was just me thinking that looks like the best career for me. As I got older, it became a career. So I don't want to be in it for a short amount of time. I want to do 20 plus years. I think for me now, it's the working with small teams, not just being indoors all the time, being outdoors. It's the lifestyle. It is not just a job anymore. You have to commit to the life.
Yeah, man.
And that is jumping in both feet first.
Where I was going with it was you have like family and history based reasons you want to do it as well.
No. The last family that I had in was around World War II.
Yeah, well, that was part of the inspiration. I remember you saying.
I mean, it was a bit of an inspiration. Not the be all and end all.
No, just your own.
For my life.
Your own giddiness.
For my life.
Yeah.
For my personal gain. I knew it was a job I wanted to do.
Chin chin to you, mother fudger. Yeah, man. It's. What's next?
Well, right now I'm moving units in July, so I'm going to finish with the unit I'm at now, and then I'm going to go onto a ship in July for 18 months, and then after that I want to actually, I might actually be going back to an operational zone for maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
And then I want to instruct and train.
Yeah, man.
and then during that time, during the instructional time, or maybe after the operational, I should get promoted. So that'll be
Man. So how many men does that have? What's kind of the structure?
Depends what job you're doing. Really.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I have 10 people,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe 30, maybe 36.
Wow.
Depends what type of unit you're joining, depending on what type of role they're doing. The unit I'm doing now is a completely different role to what the ship is doing.
And that's interesting. You know, when you bring in those levels of questions that you're willing to do, and you think about 36 people, and that's 36 sets of families. You know.
Yeah.
And
if they don't have their own family, they've
you're
got parents,
responsible.
maybe.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Whichever direction you go for a family, it's still 36 sets of families of however you can only guess at how many people that is.
Yeah, and then all the people they know as well. And
it's serious business.
And they're my family.
Yeah, man.
So at the moment, I consider myself to have 3 families.
Yeah.
I have my family, my wife,
Mm-hmm.
my son, my family back here, my family around the world.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Navy family,
Mm-hmm.
my team that I work for, and my unit. I love my unit. Love's just a word. It's just how you use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I love my unit. They're amazing. I work hard for them and they work hard for me.
Yeah, no.
And then my friends, people like you guys, I always come back to in Manchester. The very few friends that I have in Cornwall, they kind of marry up sometimes to the Navy family. But the majority of the time, it's the people that I've left behind in Manchester.
Yeah.
They're my 3 families.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Then they've got families.
Yeah.
They're my I have to work like a mother. The CO of the unit, which has 207 people, she's like the dad. Just makes decisions. Just goes, yeah.
And you've got to implement it.
I'm like the mother. I do all the in the background work to make sure everyone's alright, especially my unit, my department. What did I say? My squad. Got to look after them like a mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if they're older than me, which
I mean,
the majority of them are.
it's just what's at stake if you don't. It's just 36 families. It's 36 lives at best, which is even unrealistic.
Yeah.
And then you never work.
Well, right now it's 10 families, right? Right now it's 10 families.
Yeah.
10 families, X amount of children, X amount of partners, X amount of mothers and fathers of them.
Yeah, close friends.
X amount of grandparents.
Yeah.
X amount of friends, yes. They've got their own family of friends.
Yeah. So it's just in your role within your unit, you are looking after the country.
Yes.
It's not just me and him and my neighbour and whoever else.
Well, it's also anyone else who you're working with at the time as well, because although you've got your 10 in your unit, you're never 10 by yourself.
Yeah.
So you've got your control on that as well, which you.
Yeah, so the majority of what I'm doing now is back to my core role of a lot of planning, a lot of operational planning, a lot of logistical work. So that is right now, that is my primary function on my current unit. None of that secondary stuff in Africa, none of that secondary stuff in the Middle East. It's all about how am I going to get A to B. That's the majority of my focus.
And that includes hardware as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, like helicopters, ammunition, stuff like that.
You get to decide what those helicopters are and aren't doing, or at least when they should be.
I have to implement where they should be. If people aren't doing their function within that role to get A to B, then they're going to have a big problem. And I don't care what rank they are either. If my boss is doing something illegal, I stop it right there. I say, no boss, let's do it this way, because otherwise you're going to get fragged. Yeah. That's another one. That's another one of my roles. Yeah. I stop them from doing stuff that's illegal.
Wow.
Which is a very important part that was brought up in Napoleon's army. Very much a case of that you should not allow an officer or anyone higher than you to do something illegal or anyone else around you.
Correct.
You are responsible for everyone else around you as much as possible.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And no one should follow an order they disagree with, particularly if it's illegal.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was a big one that was put in particularly after World War II and the whole Nuremberg trials as well. It's very big in the German army as far as I'm aware as well.
I can imagine it.
Yeah. They've got a lot to learn from, right? Yeah.
not allowed that excuse anymore.
He told me to do it. Who's that guy?
That policy won't fly in this.
If you want a book to read about that sort of situation, just following orders, Police Battalion 101 is quite an interesting unit to look at, because they were a police unit. They weren't actually soldiers.
This is Nazi one.
Yeah, this is the one where they were involved in the actual Holocaust and shooting people, and they would
Einsatzgruppen. Action groups.
They were literally just police battalion, so they weren't even soldiers. The book's called Ordinary Men, and it's really good because they were all like, it goes at the end talking about like how many were truck drivers and this, and like how some of them justify actually killing children. Like that, I particularly remember there was one person who said, "I'll only kill the children," and you go, how can you justify that? And the way they did it was like, well, they can't survive without their parents, and their parent has already died anyway, so it's a mercy. And you just watch as someone went, well, that's how I'm going to justify this. It's like, what?
So the ones that I was speaking of, the Einsatzgruppen, they were a part of the Waffen-SS, but they stepped behind the lines. And so, especially my second year at university, I did a lot about World War II. And the book I read, a guy called Guido Knopp, K-N-O-P-P. He wrote, it's called SS, A Warning from History, and there's loads of little snippets of quotes within the text that he's written. And there was a colonel, zero mercy, absolutely zero mercy. He says, I must have sent a death warrant to around 90,000 people, which in this day and age is incomprehensible.
Yeah.
World War II as a set of figures, World War II is incomprehensible. But he just went, nah, no remorse. Oh yeah, of course he got one.
Yeah.
The motherfucker. But no remorse. No, he is so indoctrinated.
Yeah.
No remorse. 90,000 people. Like he wrote off a fucking car as an insurance company. Nah. No, zero. He said they deserve it. I think the quote is, I must have signed a death warrant to about 90,000 people and I have zero remorse.
Well, and you say Old Trafford's just over there. How many?
80.
80,000
Yeah,
people.
75.
For the whole stadium. And
Boom.
yeah.
Well, what period of time though? Not that I really care.
About 3 months.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can work out how many per day. I'm not going to.
Nah, don't
I
worry.
can't imagine that one. It's
But
like,
that's the same. Well, I mean, this police battalion like driving people to camps, stuff like that, and these Einsatzgruppen, before they brought in all that Zyklon B and the carbon dioxide poisoning through trucks, they were just shooting people.
yeah.
And they were getting their soldiers drunk to do it. I mean, God.
And basically they were told to put their bayonet there so that they wouldn't aim too high. And so it would just blow up the thing, because otherwise it would just blow up the spine. If it goes too high, the head shatters and you burn everyone.
Man.
And they had doctors showing them where to shoot.
Now we're going deep. Going too deep.
Well, you know, some of that freaks me out. I mean, mainly because I'm not that educated. You know, I don't. I know what I know because of how I know it.
Arguably everyone does.
Well, I know, yeah, but I you know, I was not a college guy. I was not a school guy. You know, what I learned through my own experience, and whether it be something historical, I've learned it out of my own interests. Whether that's accurate or not, well, who knows? You know, but that's what takes me on this little journey. It's about experience. You know, so my brain immediately then goes to experience the things you guys are on about, and I just say, no, I don't want to go there. You know, I don't want to know. I remember one time my dad. He watched them on TV when he was in the States, when he worked there, and it was about the Taliban or something beheading some guy. It was on the news there, and he literally goes, I'll show you how we did it. Just lay down. And as soon as he put his knee on me, I was like, no, you're not putting me even. I don't even care. I don't want to know. You know, I immediately I feel the adrenaline now just thinking. My face is flushing right now, and you know that's kind of how sheltered I am, you know, regardless of the things I think I know about when it comes to this line. This is a line for me, you know. I'm very interested by
experience. It says a lot. I've only been in the military for a short amount of time, and I am very grateful for the experiences I've had. If I hadn't have had them, just like anyone else watching a documentary on TV or a film.
Well, that's the thing, you know, because this feeling I'm experiencing right now, sat in front of you, you know, you faced as a reality, and I don't mean in a training exercise.
No.
You've literally faced, hands down, death. You've faced, hands down, an enemy with a weapon that is being used, not could be, is being used at you.
Yeah.
At you.
Yeah.
And you've had to respond.
Yeah.
And that's just hands down. You know, and that to me is to come full circle as we do, is that journey, 6-year-old lad, teenage boy, lad about to get onto a submarine, and I'm thinking, fuck, am I ever going to see this lad again?
Yeah.
You know, you think about the pub, and even the things I said to you in the pub, you know, whatever martial arts I know, and I think about it, insignificant in comparison to what you actually know now, regardless.
Worked though. It worked.
Thank you.
It worked.
but still, you know, and there you are, you round the world, you've put yourself there, you know, you've put yourself there, and you love it, and you don't just do it for yourself. Oh well, it is your own love, you know, and it is your passion for you.
Yeah, it's the job I wanted. Yeah.
But the impact is we all benefit, and that is not lost. I mean, I'm going actually.
I would like to think, no matter how naive some people are back here in the UK, that it does help. Yeah, and no matter what any one unit is doing, even if they're just, I'm not going to go there, even if it's just anything, doesn't matter, but I would like to think that it does in some way. It's got to help something, hasn't it? I mean, you take arms trafficking, for example, right? The UK and the US are guilty of it more than anyone. They are, aren't they?
Yeah. They sell weapons to
a fact. A fact. But if someone is trafficking weapons that are going to the wrong people, you've got to stop it.
Yeah.
So even though this country is guilty of it, I've still got to do my job against the people that's going in the wrong direction.
And protect your lads and their families while you're doing it.
Because they signed up for a reason.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Just like I signed up for a reason. And if I'm not protecting them, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Should be
man.
And you're protecting the people that would effectively be at the other end of the weapons.
Correct. So if those weapons that were coming from this area, let's say Mediterranean or East Africa, West Africa, whatever, they're going to go to
all areas
northern Nigeria.
All areas you've been at,
So if they're going to go to northern Nigeria to Boko Haram, if they're going to go to Syria for Daesh, whichever one knows as IS, right? Not called ISIS because that's just an Egyptian code. So they're not allowed to be called that. So if they're going to go to whatever cell, you've got to stop it.
Yeah.
Get it done. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it. There's only 30,000 people in the Navy.
It's not a lot. Holy moly!
And 9,000 in the Marines. So you get 21,000 people.
Wow.
So in the blue side, which I'm attached to, 21,000.
Yeah.
So you got 30,000 people in the Navy.
Dropping bombs tonight, you. Not, and that's not a joke. Like even though I've heard.
The Air Force.
No, I know, but what I mean is like even though I've heard under the influence of alcohol, I've heard a lot of these stories, and you know, I'm doing my best to bring it out of you in your way, you know, as respectfully as I can. I've never felt quite this before because I know right now there is going to be people watching this, and I am questioning my own integrities and my own life now that I know I'm being scrutinised. And
about what?
Well, just about the value of the things I know or think I know, and the value of the efforts I've put into my own life, and the value of the efforts you've put into your life. Not that I'm comparing, but I am comparing. I'm certainly not putting myself down, but it's certainly making me reflect on value of people across the board. So what I mean is you're incredibly valuable for looking after people, which actually makes us incredibly valuable, worth looking after.
Yeah.
You know, and that is
And that's
massively.
whoever you are as well.
Whoever you are, in this country.
Because you know what, I wouldn't be joining if it was just for a select group of people.
Yeah.
Or I'm in it just to keep the fox hunters happy. Who the fuck's gonna do that? But I'm in it just to make this people happy. No, I didn't join up for that. I joined up to keep Britain.
And it's content,
Yeah.
regardless of who they are.
Yeah.
But as a whole,
And
yes.
dude, man, that's it's quite some, you know, it is quite some. I have gone, by the way. I'm all
I
in
feel
together.
pumped up now. I wanna do
Mate, I can see
I want to do
it.
some exercise.
Right, press up challenge.
Fuck off.
Have you been doing it?
I haven't been doing it every time we ended that.
Now.
I've been keeping up with my press up.
Now.
What do you want? You want me 20 out? I'll do me 20.
20.
Fuck you.
Yeah, 20.
Fuck you.
20.
It's happening. Hey, in my new shirt, by the way, which Bob, where'd you get this from?
I got it from the PX, the American PX.
Yeah, in Italy.
In Sicily, yeah.
In Sicily.
Yeah.
So it's
The
like
Sicily.
it's like Rupert the Bear's scarf. This. So. Oh, is it his trousers?
It's trousers.
Trousers.
Trousers in it with
scarf,
suspenders.
Yeah. Fuck you, Rupert. So what have I got to do? As many as I can, or 20?
No, just do, well, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
In fact, if anyone is struggling with press-ups,
okay.
just do it to failure. I don't care what standard you're at. I don't care how wide you want to engage your chest or how narrow you want to bring your triceps and your shoulders. Just do it to failure and just keep going every day, once a day. Just do it to failure, and then see where you're at. See where you're at.
I was one time on a Sunday, I was just in a mood, so I thought I'd do some press ups. I ended up setting up for doing 100 an hour.
13.
I'm having a rest now.
You said
33.
Okay. You were setting yourself up for 100.
Oh, just putting the floor.
Well, no, I just started
smash
doing
your
10 and then had a 2-minute break, then did another 10. And
Yeah.
then once I hit about 50, I went, well, can I reach 100 in the hour? And then I hit 70, I was like, oh, fuck it, I've got to do it, and then ended up doing it.
Yeah.
I reckon I could have done 40, but I got a bit giddy on the down and I headbutted the floor and I clacked my teeth together and I just thought, I reckon.
But
I'll do another 35 in a bit.
well, following on, you don't always have to do to failure. Once you've set your standard, your to failure standard over a prolonged period of time, then just start trimming back to what you're good at, and then start
Technique.
staggering up. Yeah,
Alright, good
because if you just blast yourself to failure every time, you're knackered then.
Tell me about it.
You might write yourself off the next day.
Yeah, man.
Whereas if you do structured sets, so after you've done your to failure for a long time and you know your max potential,
What's up a long period of time?
a week. If you did it once a week
Every
to
day.
failure, once a day to failure every day,
Yeah.
you see if you improve or see if you just reach a plateau, and then you start rigging sets, but manageable sets where you can do repeated. So if I take for example boxing, if someone goes in and does 12 rounds of 2 minutes, let's say even 3 minute rounds, but 2 minute rounds of boxing for 12 rounds, 24 minutes, yeah? If you do that twice a week and you're blown for the next 2 days after,
You can't train on those.
but if someone goes 5 days a week and does 5 rounds of 2 or 3 minutes, all of a sudden you are exponentially increasing your stamina potential. And then next week you just increase by a little bit, it's very gradual. That's the way you break people in. So you find their max, and then you break it down to the basic level, and then you start building up from there. And that's what they do in basic training. They find your max potential, they thrash you, and then you start going, right, we're going to start here. Here is baseline 0. We're going to put on this much weight, and you're going to walk for this long. You're going to do it in this amount of time. Next week, this way, this far, this time. Stagger, stagger, stagger. All of a sudden, you are at the 30-week standard. Yes.
What?
Are you having it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shirts off.
We did this,
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin it on the first time, so.
No, yeah. I thought about splitting these.
Right.
That's what I was
Well,
like.
take that off
No,
because
it's alright.
we're going to do multiple sets.
Alright, drill sergeant.
Yeah. Why not? Well, you guys in the game now. I'm ready. The energy's flowing in this table right now.
What's he done here now? What are you on, Chris?
7. 7.
Well, mate, remember that form? In fact, you're in Superman's outfit now. It's a red and blue, isn't it? Dude. See, this is the thing, you know, we kind of, I keep bringing it up. 3 peaks.
Yes.
You know,
It just
how,
depends.
what did you do, mate?
20.
Well,
25.
25, but
Yes. 3 peaks. Yes. If I'm around, I am well up for it, no matter what time of the year. In fact, a good time to do would be maybe Easter time next year, actually, for me.
Easter time next year?
Yeah, and you can do
Because
one
we
of
have
those.
like June, July,
you can
didn't
do
we?
Yeah, it's a bit hot. You need to factor in the temperature.
so
In fact, I'll see where I am.
Yeah.
So well, I know for a fact that post summer next year I'm going to be away.
Yeah, right,
So-
got you.
So June, July might be okay.
Yeah.
Right, to failure, or are you doing a set amount?
I'm going to do 25.
You're going to do 25?
Yeah.
Every time I've done the most press ups, so I didn't have to.
See yourself off, haven't
Yeah,
you?
you're whining.
No, because I'm going to smash out another 35. What the fuck?
What?
Can't count that fast! You gotta do it when you're laughing.
Don't headbutt the floor. That's what Tom went
on
wrong.
earth?
His chin gets incredibly close very quickly.
So did mine.
Yeah, yours did.
Wow. Blob. What on earth? Right.
I suppose that was I suppose that was the best technique out of all of us there. It was just like once, just like
You've
this
got
is
like
ridiculous.
the planche thing, the elbows in style going
Shoulders
on. Yeah.
parallel to your shoulders parallel to your hands.
Yeah.
Engages your triceps more. The next one, there's so many different types of press ups you can do. Knees up to your elbows, one hand in the air,
Yeah.
one arm in the air, 6 inches off the ground. You can do put your chest to the ground, release your hands so you've got no momentum, and then go back up again. Anyway, there's plenty of exercise stuff out there.
Love it.
All I know is that my technique's got better, so that's what matters to me.
It has.
As opposed to the
See
seal.
it. Yeah.
As opposed to the
Yeah,
seal.
yeah, yeah. You're rocking less one, which is rocking.
Rocking less, which is rocking.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I've just enjoyed being on here. Thanks for inviting me.
Are we
Well,
done?
It's been a pleasure.
Are we carrying on? Or should we say we have a part
No,
two?
no, I was just saying it.
No, it's
It's
saying
something,
it.
yeah.
It's very.
I don't know how long we've been going on for, but I've really
It'll
enjoyed
say it
myself,
like that
thank
thing
you.
there.
Well, it won't up there because it does it in half-an-hour blocks. Remember?
Does it?
Yeah.
What time did we start? Did you take a note?
No, I didn't take a note, but I'll go over to my phone and find out what time it is roughly.
But it is, it's good, isn't it? When I first started doing YouTube videos, I found it at first a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit like wondering what I was doing.
Maybe an hour and a
but
half.
then I
Once you
started,
get talking though, when you invited me on here a couple of weeks back, like we were talking about it, and then I said, yeah, well, I'm coming up on this day, let's do it. Just, I really feel good energy like when I'm talking with my friends,
yeah,
the friends that I love, and when you want to talk about a subject that I love, like we were talking about.
that's what when you do, man.
Tom, if anyone, honestly, after this is done, I don't know if I'm going to be on here again, but
Yeah.
if you want to ask questions that I can answer, feel free. And they can get in touch with me, and I can answer you.
I'll
I'm
make that
more than
happen.
happy.
I'll make that happen.
But yeah,
Well, I've
good
wanted-
energy.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted you to talk about you as much as possible because me and him shoot smoke up each other's arse every freaking week. Do you know what I mean? And it come to a point a few weeks ago where we actually was like, do you know, we've said it all and we're repeating a lot of stuff and we want more people on and we want more engagement with the people watching. You know, so we want Dave on, you know, Dave Whitworth.
Yes.
And he's got to come on because, man, astrophysics, yes, please. Like, yes, please.
I still wanted it important that Bob was the first guest though, which I think's great this worked out.
Mate, I'm buzzing my tiny dick off me.
It's like a wise guy.
I'll put that on that one there.
But
It's so good the FBI are watching it.
Tags Tommie's tiny dick.
See, I'm so glad you've come on and that you've been as open as you've been. You know, because
I mean, we can only go as deep as we go, right? Because
I think you've covered it.
You've
covered it very well, and in the depth needed as well. To be fair, because you haven't said anything that could be classed as
that's for him to decide. No. I mean, I don't know.
No.
Well, so
when you leave, it's a bit easier. Like once your official secret title's gone, or whatever. Well, you were always signed up for it, but it gets easier after time after you've left. Whilst you're still in, you're not going to compromise.
Yeah, man.
We haven't said anything that could compromise anyone's safety at all. So
no. Well, that's the bit
apart
I was
Tommie's.
Apprehensive about.
Compromised his member.
It's a members only club.
only in only in word form. You know, I might be lying. And there's no way I can drag this back, is it? I'm doing 30 press ups. 30. So okay, right. But
30 dirty press ups.
30 dirty. Oh man. Here we go again.
In fact, no, just 25.
You want 25?
And then a 1 minute rest, and then another 25.
Oh right, so that's worse really then.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I'll do the same.
25?
See,
Yeah, but doesn't matter, no excuses.
Oh man.
to tell you what who he reminds me of, and I don't know, you'll get it, but in the moment, when the story about like all the damage to the leg and so on and so forth, all I could hear was, "You can't hurt me."
Alright.
Boat crew, you can't break boat crew.
Is that Goggins, is it?
Goggins.
Yeah, have you listened
He's
to
a
watch
machine,
it?
isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You're my Goggins,
I'm pretty sure he was one of the extras for Terminator.
I think he is a Terminator.
Right,
I think the age of 26 when he started running, he became a Terminator.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But Goggins is a major reason about me losing weight as well.
He's an unbelievable character.
Well, he started at 260 odd pounds, went down to 195, and I went, he's 6'3", so he was smaller than, well, 6'2",
20.
but he was smaller than me. But when I looked at him, I went, that's the same build as me, and he went down to what he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I understand that one.
Just count to 16, you're right. You can come and sit down if you want.
1.
Oh, you shook something loose there, guys. Woo! That's going to be awful.
Christian?
Look at that look! Chin forward and everything!
25.
Chin forward.
If it ain't 25, it's 20.
He's got 25.
Yeah, he has 2.
3, 4, 5. Fuck me, man.
Frank's not my type.
The motivation is everything, right? The motivation to have that energy with your friends, to even if you think you are on your own, you must have a goal. Everyone's got to have a goal. If you've got no goal, you need to find one quick.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? I
You need to
would
find one.
I would live this every day. How are you feeling, mate? You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
okay.
I would live this every day.
Well,
Literally,
Gonna
with
be
you
wide
guys.
now, okay?
I would.
it was
1, 2, 3, 4,
Many.
5, 6,
and
7, 8. Shit, man.
and
What?
it reminds me of the first time we did it, and you said you were going to do your 25 press ups or whatever.
What?
He's cheating. You're blowing yourself up.
Right, shirts off.
Guns out.
Shirts off, farts out, Tommy's here.
Rupert the friggin'
So, yeah. I don't know. I'm just really
Have a right
pleased.
pump on at the end of this, you know.
Exactly. So we'll be ready to just have a wee drink and then go out.
And no, but it reminds me of the first time we did it, and you doing it. I just went, no, I'll do it too.
Yeah.
Because I said that before. I said that if you're doing a press up challenge, well, I'll do it as well.
Well, you were saying, right, so you've lost your £57.
Yeah.
So now that equals your chainmail, right?
No, that was 15 kilograms. That was my chainmail worth.
Oh yeah, £57 was. There's 11 pounds is 5 kilos, right?
It was about 30 pounds or so. So I could wear 2 lots of chainmail effectively. It's a bit.
26 kilos you have lost.
About that, 26, 27.
Yeah, £66 is 30 kilos.
Yeah.
Can't.
And it's about 26.
You man!
It's like 26, 27 inches
Try
off
to
the
do
body.
as fast
Yeah.
as you.
And that's the bit where you start to notice. And I think if you are trying to lose weight in particular, is
Get drunk.
measure yourself consistently. Waist, hips,
Yeah.
thighs, because then you know what's going on. Because there's nothing worse than going, well, I haven't lost any weight, and then you look at your actual inches, and your inches have gone down in the places you want them to go.
Don't look at my inches. We've already discussed that tonight.
And up where you want them to be,
Yeah.
which is the important one.
It's a proud achievement. What's next then?
Well, I'm not done yet. I've still got to go down to. My plan is to go down to 18 stone.
So how much more is that to lose?
That's a bit under 4 stone.
Okay.
So I'm going down to 112 kilograms on about 130. Was it 136 today? So I've got
what-
20. I've got 24 to go.
Have you set yourself a
Hey, it's
timeline?
literally 2 of me, yeah.
My end timeline, well, my end goal, which was the one I put in the first place, but it's still there, is day 350, which is my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
However, I always keep on putting where would it be if I follow my graph, which would be at this point in time, maybe by the end of April, depending on if I'd stay at the rate that I'm losing it now.
Really?
Maybe
April
or May. End of April, I'm talking. So.
Yes. Yeah.
It depends on how my weight
This
is.
April?
Go. Yeah. Oh, no, we're talking month. Well, I can count days. If I look about losing a pound a day, or so, it's
Yeah.
like 40 days if I lose a pound a day,
Fuck, man. Wow.
which is what I've been looking at, and it's like, well, there. So,
Bit of that.
yeah. But the thing that
It's tremendous.
I particularly like as well is now that people are starting to notice, they're sort of going, how did you do it? And it's like, and explaining it's like, no, it's doing this. And people are just going, well, that's really impressive. Like,
Yeah.
well, I shouldn't have got in that place in the first place, but I
What
think I'm a
happened
better
happened,
person.
right?
For it. No, I think I'm a better person
Yeah.
because of it.
Do you know what?
What
I
happened?
echo that.
You don't dwell on the past. It happens. You know how you got yourself in that position.
Yeah.
What happened? What means anything now is your goal for the future.
Yeah.
And how am I going to get there? You can dwell on the past all you want. All that's going to get you is not a nice feeling.
Oh, this is a whiteboard moment. Because on my journey,
I
My
owe
journey.
25 more, right? Easily in a minute.
oh, we're still going with that, yeah.
Why the hell not?
You turd.
Sorry, I missed my go.
Well, no,
I'll do it in a
have
minute.
whiteboard moment here because this is how I want. One way I started I want to start. I started looking at life.
Just now.
No, not just now, but this is a while ago. You know, anchors to the past are maps to the future, or as I like to put it. So here you are as a person. Here you are as a person. All right. Now you've either got shackles to big heavy weights, yeah, and you've got, imagine all of your depressive things you think about are all these heavy weights, yeah, and you've got however many of them, all right, and these could be, you know, your insecurities or things that happened in the past, you know, and the moment you start focusing on these weights, I guarantee your arms are going to get tired pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, and the idea is you're cracking on, they're just there, you've got to accept them and stop focusing on them. So, what can you focus on instead? Well, in this hand you've got balloons. Right, and you could call these fear, you could call these pain, you could call them depression, whatever you want to call them, whatever they are, doesn't matter. You know, and here
Shit
you've got
you
happiness, love, shit you don't need, happiness, love, fun, whatever it is. Now here's the interesting thing, you can carry them both if you want,
Yeah, or you can tie them together.
or you can let go of these fucking things. But even at worst, yeah, you can tie these to these.
Yes, because a bit of this fear and a bit of that pain equals, in the long term, a lot of this.
A lot of
So every
experience as
time
well.
I've broken myself, I'm not talking like being broke, I'm talking about pushing myself to a limit
Yeah, man.
and breaking that limit and causing myself a lot of pain equals happiness.
Well,
Because
yeah.
I know that my body can go through that
But check this
and
out,
I
Bob.
can do it.
These can always be where you left them.
Oh yeah,
You don't need the chain.
there's still a bit of that.
You don't
Like-
need the chain.
I've had that this week. Like me and my wife had a bit of bad news. That's that's just shit that I don't need.
Absolutely.
But it's still there.
Yeah.
But the motivation that I take from that is we still have love and happiness, and we are both strong as fuck.
Dude, this is exactly the thing, right?
So me and her are solid teammates. Right?
Absolutely.
Look, if you're going to marry someone, it ain't just because they're good in bed or anything like that.
No.
You've got to be good teammates.
Yeah,
Or just someone's a fucking gold digger, whatever.
Dude, yeah.
Anyway, so we had bad news this week in the form of depression.
But now you can
So
share.
she's fucked off big time. And you know what? I have a right to be upset, and she's mega upset,
Yeah.
and I am upset. But you know what?
Call this an event.
Sadness, yeah? Shit happens. It's what we do to get over that. We know that we're not the only ones that went through that, but we know that we have love, and we're a solid team, and we've still got our family.
And you both carry the weight together.
So, yeah. And after the episode is done, so we've got a bit longer to go before that episode's over. So, yeah, why not? Let's go out there. So, we had a scan yesterday. She's meant to be 12 weeks pregnant. We went for a scan. The fetus is only less than 6 weeks, so it's going to be a miscarriage, okay? That was yesterday. So immediately, you're going to be upset. You've got to realise that, A, you're not the only one in the world that has this. There are other people that are worse off than you, that have multiple, go for IVF out the yazoo, all this, more pain than you. You can have your sadness and upset. You've got to realise that you're strong and you're a good team and you can get through it. And we're already blessed that we've got a son.
Yeah, man. And he's awesome and all.
He's a funny little fucker.
Yeah. The little lion.
These two.
No.
Yeah, he's a little lion, yeah, a little cub. And so you know what? We've got that. You've got to realise that, in fact, anyone at home, you've got to realise exactly right. You can balance all of this shite with this. People are always afraid. I've been afraid during my job. I've got training to counteract that because I'm happy in my job and I love my job. You have pain and suffering. I've seen pain and suffering. But you know what? I'm happy to help. Because I love my job. You have events. We've had depression from getting hurt, from getting injured, from having shit in your mind that tells you something else. But I love myself and I have a goal and I want to fucking do it. And then you have events like the other day, and hopefully I've not just told other people something that I shouldn't have told them, that my wife would have told them.
I always take that one bit.
I'll apologise about it.
There's time to edit it out if you don't want any of that.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's good
But
info.
all of this helps this, and you say to yourself, again, you go to your fundamental instinct, what is my goal at this point? You can have multiple goals, and all of this, with your goal, forgets about half of that. You keep the good bits of this. I know I can break my body this much. This life event has changed me this way, because I know that I have the best teammate in the world, my wife. I am afraid of this stuff, but I love this stuff which counteracts that. And yes, I have been depressed, or I've had this in my mind. Yeah. The choice is, do you dwell on this? Do you dwell on the past? Or do you think about all of this stuff and drag that shit over you? And then you're just flying in the air, earning whatever you want to earn. Money's not a concern. You know what? People might be broke ass. I'm in my credit card, I do whatever, but you know what? I've got my family and I have my goals, and I just don't care about that.
Well, here you go. Check this out. I've written the word choice here for a reason.
Yes.
Because these bits here are your choice. Like I said, these weights, these objects, they'll always be there.
Yeah.
They'll always be in your past. But you see this bit here? This is the bit you're in control of.
Yeah.
This is the bit you can go like that with.
Yeah.
And I have learned just to like that. No, don't need that chain. They will always be there.
Yeah.
Here's the interesting bit. You see all this? Fun, training, health, love, help, goals. I can choose to hold fucking tight
This
to them
one here.
things.
This one here, help.
They don't need to be
Help.
there.
Help. I'm just going to carry on going until someone online tells me to fucking stop.
Tell them to stop because
I've almost rubbed it out. I've almost rubbed it out. Help. Harrow. Honestly.
Yeah.
So
So
that happened yesterday.
Closer.
That happened yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
that is.
Yeah.
And you know, my wife said, keep your plans because you have to go and see your friends. And I said, you keep your plans because she's seeing her friends tomorrow. She's having ladies' night. Ladies' night. Oh, what I say. You know what? It's true because there's all. Because we know we're good teammates. But you've got to have a good soundboard off someone else, and to me, that's you guys. People like you.
I'd also say, just in a slightly less massive situation, there's a lot of times, and I see it in children, it comes up, and it's like, there'll be times when you go to an activity that you really normally enjoy, but you go, I'm just not feeling it, I'm not feeling great, etc. And then you feel worse by not doing it. A lot of the time, just like, just do it, and then you'll feel better for it afterwards. So you don't suddenly resent it because you're not doing something.
Yeah.
Something that you wanted to do in the first place, but I'm not feeling it. Just get up, go do it, enjoy yourself.
That is valuable. That I'm going to add that to the board, right? Because in this area, just top it with water. No. Right, because you see, you've got your board here. Talk about this choice. Let's say you struggle. Let's say, hey Tommy, but I can't let this fucking shit from the past go. Which I was there for a long time. Absolutely, this letting the past or the pain or the fear or the doubt or the depression, letting it go is not easy. So this is what I recommend, and this is what you've just essentially demonstrated. Instead of trying to let these go, focus on holding these tighter. That's what you've just said there.
Yeah.
Focus on holding motivation tighter, your goals tighter, your love tighter. And guess what? You squeeze both your hands. Focus on holding the positive, the balloon holding hand tighter. Tell you what, you won't be holding this tight for much longer because you'll be like, yeah, and you will let go. You will. Alright? So, you know, put your choice there. If you are struggling to let go of these shackles, these chains, whatever they
25
are,
more.
anchors to the past. Hey, I'm next, actually, ball bag. Alright, you go. So
Each go on the other side, there's plenty of.
Alright, there you go. You talk about that like you already know about it.
Right, well, so I already have. It's as I have now.
That's a guitar, by the way.
Guitar. And, but one of the things that I brought up, and I haven't brought up in a long time, was the catchphrase I kept on using, which is about taking the power back. Which is, like, these things haven't affected you, but you've got to take the power back. Take those experiences and the fact you've got further. And once again, and even to quote Alan Watts on this one, okay, the chainsaw doesn't work unless it's got the peaks of the teeth and also the valleys of the cutting part. And if it was all just one solid surface, it was all highs, or even just all lows, then it's not going to work. So you need to have both in some regard, because some of those will tell you about you getting stronger. Because yeah, you might have to carry them with you, but you'll be stronger at the end of it if you can then use them and make them stronger by your own choice.
Do you know, that's what Bob just said, you know, he had his fear as lessons, he had his pain as lessons, he had the events in his life as lessons, he had the depression, and the, well, that essentially depression is like the culmination of these three things to a degree, and all those things in his life, and like, again, you've heard me go on about my pain and sufferings and blah blah blah. Yeah, go for it, help yourself. My pain and sufferings and all the things I've learned, and I'm so grateful that I had major surgery. I'm grateful that I had what they call Crohn's disease. I'm grateful that I had to suffer through what I had to suffer. Do I enjoy it? No, not at all. But do you want some of this in?
I'm alright. I'm going to wait
until
I go
an
out.
extra thing?
No, I'm good, thank you.
So yeah, but I mean, what have I learned from it? I've learned that diet can get you out of a autoimmune disease. Yeah. I've learned that I can put on almost 2 stone just in muscle, almost having no meat.
And it looks, healthy. Well, I don't know what you can see through the camera, but it looks healthy. It looks, sun's out good. It looks healthy. It looks healthy.
There you go. Just gonna do a 10 top like that. So that's as much as I've got. Like, hardly any of it's fat. Like knots on rope.
Looks healthy, Tommie now.
Healthy Tommie.
Healthy.
I look healthy because I had an iron infusion recently, but you know, I still had this weight on me. I still had the drive. I still had the mindset I practiced in. So that depression, that fear, those events, they helped me practice. They helped me practice a mindset.
You want to win that, do you?
I think I already got some.
And dare I say it, sometimes you need some of those just to reactivate what you're actually doing, because it's very easy to plateau yourself. And without going, it's like there's been times in my head about what I'm actually doing this for, and then all you need is that little spark again to go, no, this is what I'm doing it for.
Yeah, exactly. And
just holding the balloons
how many
tighter. The balloons.
I don't know how many people you had commenting and.
Not as many as you
edit
like.
a short out of
Saying,
that, sorry.
well, I don't know how many people you've had commenting and asking questions about it, or they've just enjoyed listening to it. But if
Some
you
of our
need,
videos.
well, no, please do.
No, I was just going to say some of our videos have had a few hundred views.
Yeah.
Like to 350 something.
And to be honest, if people are lacking in motivation, is what quite a lot of people are lacking. We have some older people in my unit that struggle to train, like physical training, and they need more motivation. They buy
what do you consider older?
more like
Asking
40
for a
into the
friend.
40s.
I'm 41 in a couple of weeks.
But you're not struggling motivation, right?
Fuck no.
Other people in my unit are
I'm a bit
finding
lazy now and again.
are finding it hard to train as much as they should do.
Yeah.
Maybe not would like to, but should do.
Yeah.
And if people out there are struggling to motivate themselves or struggling to have a goal, then one of the best ways is find someone else that's like you, that wants to change. Maybe not the same goal, but at least go to the same. Maybe if you are going to the gym, you don't have to. There's plenty of ways to train without going to the gym. I did it for a long time without going to the gym, and I get in good shape. But you need to find someone to have a goal with, and it can be a completely different goal to yours.
Do you know what?
Well,
right?
that's what the podcast's about, really.
Yeah, it is, because through Christian, you know, and through my journey, there's been a circle of friends around me that has reduced.
Yeah.
Because I have a very particular way of looking at things, and it's one of a can do, will do, how can I do attitude.
Yeah.
Even on my lazy days, on my down days, I'm still trying to wriggle out of it. You know, I've still got that grit about me, and you know, very much I observe. In fact, I've got to come back to the board again. You know.
Other way.
Thank you.
Love it.
Although that's a good analogy as well.
These things are gifts. It's just the shackles, man. It's just the shackles. That's the bit. Get control of this hand, let go, and you know they are gifts. You know, and that's the bit to realise is once you start to stop and you start to observe your balloons and you observe your lessons of the past, you know, you become better. You know, stop thinking that you are these, you are not these, and you are not these. But I tell you what, the more of these you carry, you become one cool motherfucker to yourself and all them around you.
You're everything.
You carry,
Your
you know,
thought train becomes so clear.
light. It
So
becomes
clear.
light,
It's so
beautiful and light.
having all of those, you even being in good physical and mental health shape allows you so much freedom, and that's a very, very strong word to have, freedom. So I have been in times where I've had zero freedom.
Man.
I have had times where I have zero freedom, where I am told and I do.
Yeah, man.
I am told to shower, I do it. I'm told this is your 5 minutes to go for a shit, I go for a shit. I'm told to eat at this time, I'm going to eat this and this, and if I don't, I'm in trouble because I'm probably going to get hungry. But besides, and having all this, when you're past all of that, when you're past all of the times where people are going to take that stuff away from you, having that offers you so much freedom, and you're going to feel unbelievably amazing. You're gonna feel as if you are Atlas, lifting up the fucking world. You can do whatever you want, because people when they're at school, they always say, oh, you can do whatever you want when you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a lot of baggage there. When you have figured out that balance, yes, there's times where I am frustrated as hell at work, because either I might have done something wrong when I shouldn't have, or people are getting in my way, or what, it doesn't matter, and I'm frustrated. But the freedom is in my mind to change that.
Yeah, man.
And it's easy to just go, I know how to deal with it. So, yeah, honestly, you can just free fucking nature, you free your mind.
Fact
You can
say-
do. You can do.
The fact you say free, you know, these things here are static. They're static and they ain't going anywhere. Now here's the interesting thing, there's always going to be more of these, like Bob said, there's always going to be more stacking up. So the more you're holding on, this is the key here, this bit, these hands, the more you're holding on, the more you are anchored, the less free you are. You know, these are always going to be racking up fear, doubt, pain. Death is coming your way. You know, suck it up. You know, I've been close to that fucker, and I've said multiple times, if I had to go through it again, I'll go through it again. Now, it's easy to say that when I'm on the healthy side of things, but I have been there. You know, I have. And it's always going to be there for me. It's always lurking in the back of my mind, like, what if it comes back, or what if I'm wrong, or what if blah, blah, blah. But my attention is on gripping these things tight. You know, these are always going to be there. The more you've got of these, the freer you get.
You're free to say, if that fear comes back and tries taking you, and fight it with all that shit.
Yeah, you can make these pretty hang balloons off the fuckers, and even when the balloons pop, there's still pretty colours there. Do you know what I mean? This is a beautiful analogy, you know, and I'm proud to say it was a walk through a lonely field when I was low, where this hit me, you know, and since then it's become a useful tool. I have other like tools in my arsenal now, but you know, this was big for me.
I think for me, I came back, well, I can't remember what year it was, before you had the surgery. You still had the bag.
Fuck, I know.
When was that?
Saying, man.
We were at the coffee pot, right?
Yeah, I still had the shit bag on me, yeah. But think about it. So Bob was there actually. You were close to taking me to the hospital one night. When I had the studio,
Yes.
like I was literally, you know, there were other members of the studio there, other
Come
people
round to
that
play
worked for
Space
me.
Hulk, can't we?
Yeah, Space Hulk, and I was there. I was literally in tears on the floor, crying. I was in that much pain, and you know, I was trying to run a business which was sending stuff worldwide. You know, I was trying to look after staff. I was trying to look after my mental health, my physical health. You know, and I did not have anything together. And as far as I was concerned, a lot of it was falling apart, and it kind of was. You know, and that's where I was. That's where I was. I was dealing with physical pain, financial pain, personal and professional relationship issues. It was just fucking shit. You know, but they're all lessons now. You know, that person for it. Got on a bad one, sorry about that. But yeah.
Look where we got though, right?
Fuck yeah, man!
Look where we all got.
Mate, it's mega. I get to sit here now and chat with you fucking guys, you know, and whatever beer trips we go out. Anyone's welcome to join us, by the way. I'll have a beer with anyone. You know, I say that. I'm actually pretty hard to get out, but if this guy's down, I'm not. You know? Well, it's because, you know what I do? I'm holding tight on my balloons. What do I do? I'll sit here, I'll do some painting, or I'll play guitar all night. That's my main thing.
Sometimes you need to get little victories sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's one that you need to get a lot of time in. Stuff like, what did you do today? Well, I did this one thing. Great. Can you do it against mine? Great. How about the day after that? Can you do another one? Can you do a little bit more? A little bit more. Those little victories are what get you through the day. It's what you get through lots of different things.
Holding on to all the balloons, shape or size, they're all awesome, aren't they?
Even the shit
You know,
days at work, I go over and smile.
Fill them with water and throw them at cunts.
And at the end of the day,
Do you know what I mean? The balloons is still the best. You might
A massive piss balloon.
you might want to smash someone's head in with one of your heavy weights, but ultimately that's just going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, a lot more trouble than a piss-filled water balloon. You know, but either way, the balloons are still the better choice.
but there's sometimes that you need to remember that And once again, going back to an Alan Watt situation, but the case you've got to remember that sometimes it's all just a game.
It is just
And
a game.
it's like you can just sit there and go, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about this. It's like, this is ridiculous.
It is, yeah. It is.
If you think about how many times people get angry at stuff, if people undertake you on the motorway, if people don't go through a green light when they should have gone and it changes red,
When someone's walking slow in front of you.
how easy is it if people reflect? Anyone at home right now or wherever you're listening, if you reflect how easy it is to get pissed off. It's too easy, and it is too easy to get pissed off. So why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Why aren't you just thinking, I'm happy where I am, what I'm doing. I can just bypass that problem.
Or just laugh at it. It's like,
just crack on.
Yeah.
Just get on.
My big lesson for that, right, was when I moved to Cornwall in like 2008, 2009, and in that move to Cornwall...
Nice place, Cornwall.
Yeah. in that instance, when I moved to Cornwall, obviously I needed to go and look for places to live and look for work, so it was multiple journeys up and down, and it's like 6 to 8 hour drive depending on where you're going in Cornwall. Yeah. And what I started to soon find, driving 90 to 120 mile an hour there and back, is you soon learn that you're running out of money and petrol pretty quick. So I heard a rumour somewhere that during some kind of fuel shortage in America, that they decided that a 55 point something mile an hour was the optimal fuel to speed consumption ratio, or whatever it is. So I decided to try it. Alright, so here's what I noticed. And I still drive like this today in my revised way. I can still drive like a nutter, but check this out, right? Because these are interesting facts, because I did this experiment quite consciously. So what I find is, I'm trying to bomb it down the motorway because it's fun, it's fast, but I tell you what, you drive right up someone's ass and you're pissed off, they won't get out of the way, they're driving in the right hand lane and they're not going as fast as you, and all these reasons and all the easy stuff you get pissed off about when you want to drive fast. Right? And it took me round about 6 hours. So this experiment, and I was filling up by the time I got from Manchester to Exeter. I was filling up the tank again. Correct. Right, filling up again. So I then do another 2 hours and 4 hours back through Cornwall and back to Exeter. I was filling up again. You get back to Manchester, you're filling up again.
3 times. Yeah.
Right. So I did the 55 mile an hour thing. I didn't fill up till Exeter on the way back. Alright? The next thing is, it only took me half an hour longer. At half the speed. How the fuck does that work?
You just flash your cruise control, didn't you?
I didn't have cruise control. The only cruise control was my choice, but here's what I started to do. Because I was going at 55 mile an hour, what I started to do was leaving. Let's say I would leave 100 metres between me and the car in front of me. Consistently.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to cut in, well, I zero shits given. So guess what I do? Another 100 metres. I've got space in front of me. There are no cars in front of me.
Yeah.
Now, here's the next thing. I'm a painter. I know how to paint rust very well. Here's the
What
next
is
thing I used to do. If I had to sit behind a truck, I'd find an interesting truck to sit behind, and I'd study the way the rust formed on the truck, and I'd take mental pictures, and that's essentially what I do. And so driving became not just economical,
Fun,
and calm, and easy, and I can still drive. Sorry, I'm boring.
No. My son had me up at 6. And all of a sudden I've been very tired. Sorry.
Don't worry.
We're going to have to get out.
So I recommend try that. You can think you're getting places faster, but I did the experiment and I did get there faster, but half an hour, I didn't give a shit.
No.
I just did not give a shit about an extra half an hour for the amount of money I saved.
And you're in your own little world as well,
and I was so happy, but it stuck. It stuck. You will find me going 30 mile an hour in a 30 zone happily, maybe even less, but it was just liberating. And there are times that I lose it, and there are times I feel like going fast, and there are times, but they all now become a choice. I'm not controlled by the idea that I have to be a dickhead.
Yeah.
That's that. I'm in control, and you think you're like, oh, I'm in control of this car, but you're not. You've just lost your rag. you've compromised yourself and the people in your car. You've compromised your wallet. You've compromised every bit of everything. And it's
just compromise your day, aren't you?
Yeah, you have. You compromise your day. You compromise your own happiness
for no reason,
which you keep inside yourself. You know, that hate for the knobhead in front of you. It's like drinking poison and expect somebody else to die, which is like a Buddhist saying. But it's true, and it really does sit inside you. So, you know, and in fact, I use my dad as an example. My dad, he's a deliberately antagonistic driver, and he would blame them. So he literally creates the shit to blame them for the shit. Look, he has his own reasons for doing. My dad likes a rumble, and that's what he's looking for. That's my dad. You know, he's looking for his own shits and giggles that way. You know, but if you are that driver, like Bob said, observe and ask yourself, what was it he said? You observe, start to observe when you get agitated and ask yourself, how easy is it?
Too easy to get
pissed off. Too easy to get pissed off. So ask yourself,
what film's that
why
from?
are you going, I don't know.
American History X.
Probably,
Yeah, it is. Right at the end. He's played Edward Furlong and Edward Norton, right?
Yeah.
So Edward Furlong's character, he writes a paper, the American History X paper, because he's being a neo-Nazi, like his older brother who's now changed after prison. He doesn't want to be a neo-Nazi. And right at the end he goes, it's too easy to be pissed off all the time. Have you remembered that from somewhere?
That's basically in American History X. The starts, he's just in a really bad mood,
just
and
angry.
from there he ends up going...
Just constantly angry.
Yeah.
The young generation's constantly angry. And there's always people that are angry.
Yeah.
There's always people like, oh, fuck Britain, fuck immigration,
They just want to hate something.
fuck everything. I'm like, hang on a minute. Just, how about you get on with your job in your life and be a bit happier about
So I tell you a song that's...
I've got a perfect meme to slide in the video at this point, by the way. Remind me just to slide it in. It's worth it.
There's a song that came to my head the other day, because it's chorus comes to this one, which is Take a Look Around by Papa Roach, Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. Take a look around. And the chorus is, I know why you hate me, because hate is the only thing with the world seen lately. And it's just like, yeah. It's like, if you sit there and just go, I hate this, I hate that, and then it's like, and then you basically end up hating yourself, and then it's like, well, what's going to happen? Like, if you hate everything, then no one wants to deal with you. So just like, if I keep on having a go at you, you're going to have a go at me, and everyone's going to keep on having a go at everyone else. And instead, you should just chill out and talk about things.
Yeah, exactly.
Send you the thing on WhatsApp that you should put in. There you go. So you got.
Fine, yep.
That goes in now. But even if it's we're voiceover in it, it's worth it, innit? It's worth it. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we've got some good little sections to chop down into shorts, haven't we? Yeah. I'm quite excited. Hey, dudes, what a fucking great chat.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Should we go and get pissed?
Yeah. I think I need a shower first, if that's alright.
Mate, go for it. I mean, I could carry on, but when I think about it, next time, the energy's up, and the night is...
I'm definitely going to try and come up in August, in summertime.
Are you alright with calling it here?
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me.
Because I'm round and go, yeah, we
It's
end it on.
Yeah.
Do we want to end it on that? Having said that, we're round to end it on this.
I'll tell you what.
Hold tight to your balloons, man.
Choice.
Oh, yeah. Because, you know, they're the bit...
It's your choice, not someone else's.
You can either be the meme, or you can be your dreams.
Wow. You just made that up then?
Well, don't let memes be your
Out
dreams.
whiteboard.
Don't let me.
I'm done. Fuck this.
What he's saying is that he's making memes reality. Yeah, because I tell you what, I'm a big.
No, I've seen some memes. You don't want to make those memes reality. I think the important thing to end it with is by hating someone else, you hate yourself.
And by loving yourself and working hard and following your dreams and accepting no compromise. Yeah, you love everyone through doing what you do.
Yeah,
literally. You know,
arguably, some people describe by an argument of hate, but you're doing it for the cause of love. So.
Yeah, man. Rob, fuck me, man. What a chat.
We've discussed this.
What a chat.
Been a pleasure.
Thank you. Can't wait to get Dave on now. Can't wait to get Dave on.
Yeah.
Christian, you look fantastic.
I know.
So, do you want to see me, Muzz?